Understanding the gifted. Now, close your eyes. What do you picture when you think of the gifted children? Maybe glasses, sweater vest, pocket protectors, maybe even a bow tie, or maybe just these guys. What about what gifted children do? Maybe they're really good at computers or math, like memorizing 10,000 digits of pi, or really good at physics and telling physics jokes, or even creating awesome tech suits that save the world from invading aliens. Now, over the years, media has portrayed gifted children with some distinguishing characteristics, and we have seen them before. Steve Urkel, Bill Nye, Bill Gates, and one of my favorites, Dexter. But all these things the media does, they do to imply that there is a look for being smart. Most recently, a TV show caught my attention is Scorpion, currently aired by CBS on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check it out. Depicts a team of geniuses that use their genius to fight international crimes and crisis. It's supposed to be based on the life of Walter O'Brien, um, but if you look at it, it portrays a lot of current misconceptions about gifted people and quote unquote normal people. How are these gifted being portrayed? Well, first one, high IQ. Walter O'Brien describes himself as having an IQ of 197, where Einstein only had 160. The show also describes these geniuses to be very antisocial, as in they can't really communicate with normal people. A lot of them are very eccentric. Um, Toby has a fondness of gambling, and Sylvester, this human calculator, it has a lot of very interesting issues. But they all use very technical vocabulary, big words that really show that they are very smart. Um, Also, they are really good computer hackers. No matter what your field is, you know how to crack the NSA security password. They're highly mathematical and they're all very misunderstood, especially when they're young and by their parents. It's a running theme in the show where most of the main characters, Walter, Sylvester, Quinn, and um, and Toby all had really miserable childhoods, as in their parents didn't understand their abilities. Some of them are obsessive compulsive. They have an emotional disconnection with people around them, especially Walter, who advocates that he does not believe in love. And most importantly, they try to portray these geniuses as not normal. They themselves even calls everybody else normal people, implying that they are not normal. So, how do they portray normal people? Well, first one, Paige, also a main character, starts off as a waitress. A waitress apparently is very normal, and her normal ex husband is a baseball player, an athlete. And common traits of normal people is that they speak common language, language that people use every day. And they're more connected to society and they're more emotional. And of course, they can't seem to solve their own problems. That's why they need a team of geniuses. But is this really true? Well, according to hoagiesgifted.org, gifted children exhibit unique traits, or not at all, right? They don't have to wear glasses. They don't all have to be antisocial. They might just look like that person next door or a family friend. According to Roof, gifted children are cognitively developed just earlier than normal children. That they're really not any different other than they are just more advanced. Also, gifted children are not all the same, and they have different developmental milestones. So let's take a look at what Roof calls the 5 levels of gifted. This is a curve based on IQ distribution, and Roof estimates that there are 5 levels of gifted children, where level 1 has an IQ of 117 to about 129, and these children, they show interest in colors, orders, simple nut puzzles before they were 2. They can speak well by age of 3 and start writing and printing numbers and letters by age 4, and they can start reading beginner books by age 6. For level 2 children, they are just a little bit faster, advanced just a little bit earlier than the level 1 children. They love reading books and being read to by just about 15 months. They can recognize letters and colors by 20 months, count small groups of objects and print letters and numbers by age 3 and 4, and start reading more advanced level books by age 6, just for the pleasure of having information. For level 3 children, these are a lot less in a classroom. We see them as being on the lower part of a normal distribution. They are born more alert and start reacting to the sound that's around them. They understand adult instructions by about 6 months old. They can even recognize their toys and they can communicate with you to get the things that they want. They're able to match what level 2 children can do by 10 to 12 months. They can do 35 plus piece puzzles. They like memorizing books, and they know the entire alphabet forward and backwards by about 2 years old. They can count, skip count, count backwards, add, subtract, print letters and numbers by age 3. Start reading books. Start easy readers before age 5, and multiply and divide by about age 6. Normally, they're about 2 to 5 years beyond grade level before they're age 6. So basically, when they first enter elementary school, um, they would be at a level where they should really be starting middle school. So they feel very normal. They feel very lonely in a normal classroom where it's very hard for people to understand them. Level 4 children, again, develop a little bit faster, a little bit ahead of level 3 children, and they have extensive and complex speaking abilities by age 2 with huge vocabulary. They read for pleasure by age 5 and is able to comprehend youth and adult level books by age 6. And if they do not receive any sort of special arrangement in school, they feel very different from their normal classmates. And lastly, and these are about 1 in a million, are level 5 children, which is what Walter O'Brien is. They develop much faster than everybody else, and they also develop more intensely. They can categorize letters and numbers by 10 to 14 months. They can print letters, numbers, and words by 16 to 24 months. They show ability with 35 plus puzzle pieces before 15-month old, and they're interested in complex mazes before age 3. They can speak at an adult level by age 2. They're very inquisitive about abstract concepts such as difference between life and death between age 2 and 3. They're interested in numerical facts. They like reading dictionaries and almanacs, and understand basic math functions before age 4, and basically able to read any level book by age 5. And compared to a 12th grader, they are able to comprehend that material by age 7 to 8. So, how are gifted children being misportrayed? This is actually Walter O'Brien. In the show, he actually doesn't look too bad, but look at him. He doesn't wear glasses, he doesn't wear a bow tie, and definitely not a pocket protector. He is a genius, and he would be a level 5 gifted child, but he really doesn't look too different from a business person. So, image. Um, Gifted children don't all wear glasses, they don't all have pocket protectors, and they're not all just awkward like Steve Urkel. Their personalities, they're not all antisocial, they are just more developed than you are. So, compared to a normal child at the same age, they seem more advanced, they are more adult, they're able to comprehend more abstract thoughts. They're not unapproachable. Rather, it's very hard for people to approach them. It's almost like approaching a 3-year old that has the same development as a college professor. And they definitely don't all have very low emotional quotients. Like said before, they are just more mentally developed. They have emotions just like everybody else. Ability wise, they're not all good at computers. They can be gifted in many different ways, such as in art, language. They're not all mathletes. They like numbers, but they're not human calculators. They're not all tech savvy. Like a lot of them could be gifted in many different ways. And it's very and identification wise, you can't all just say that because they have a high IQ, then they're all just gifted, because they are different. They don't all just have eidetic memories. Most of them are gifted in ways that they're just like normal children, except they're just a little bit more advanced in terms of time. And they don't all have superior computational skills. It really depends on the level of the giftedness. So here is what I'm advocating. First, gifted children cannot be identified by appearance. They look just like everybody else. Gifted children are not abnormal. They are only developmentally more advanced. So therefore, gifted children need special programs that cater to their developmental level. Thank you.